This live stream is not from StreamYard. That's why I don't have the 5-minute intro. So I don't have StreamYard on my mobile phone because, as far as I know, there is no StreamYard app. Because I did find an app that looks like the StreamYard app, but it's not really official because I can't log in. So that's why this is how we do it now. So all right. Well, I'm still going to wait 5 minutes for people to come in. When you're here, let me know, please, in the live chat. Thank you very much. Let me know when you're here. Let's see if I can open this a little bit. Yes. I'll be able to open this a little bit over here. Not that much, but okay. That's sufficient. Okay. If I need to put on the light in here, just let me know. All right. Let me know when you're here in the live chat, please. Thank you very much. Let me do this. Let me know when you're in the live chat. I'll try to do something with the light. So please, when you're here, let me know in the live chat. I'll try to do something with the light in here. Hold on. Let's see if there's enough light. Let me check. Yes, that's much better. All right, so I can put this one over here. So left the neck pillow I got in Korea. Good to use it all the way over here. So, okay, how many minutes have passed by? 3 minutes. I'll still wait 2 minutes before I begin teaching. It's fair to wait 5 minutes every time. When you're here, let me know, please. You're here in the live chat. Or better, let me pick up another phone so I can also see what you're writing directly. Hold on. Oh, yes. Put it all here. Okay. So, just all in the back. Yes, that's good. 2 thumbs up, thank you very much, whoever gave them. I'm looking at this older phone of mine to see if I can access the live chat. See if someone said anything already. All right, so let me see what's that. All right, Mark. Mark's here temporarily, then he has to go back to work. Mark, you can just replay the live stream back later on. It's not a big problem. Mion, thank you for being here. Dion, Terry, Maria Garcia, thank you for being here. All right. So let's see how many minutes passed by already. Oh, just 10 seconds more, then the class will begin. So yes, the live chat is working over here, but okay. All right. Whoa, 8 thumbs up. Thank you all. Let's see if the camera is close enough. Let me try to bring the camera a bit closer. Yes. Okay, that's quite close. Okay, what do you see here? This is a deck of cards. You all can see it. I'm going to show you one more time. It's a whole deck of cards. A full deck. Okay? I'm just shuffling the cards. Right, I see over here. By the way, I'm not a master in shuffling cards, so please don't blame me if you're not entertained by the trick I'm about to do now. But okay, it's me. All right, so okay, I've shown you the deck. Now I want you to choose a random card. Well, of course, you can't really choose to the screen, so hold on. So here's the deck of cards. You need to choose one of them. Let's say you choose this one over here. It's the 5 of Clubs, okay? Remember, you have all these cards right over here. What I'm going to do now is that I am going to put this card against the grain in it. And put it right in against the grain. Then I need to shuffle this a little bit. And well, what do you get? So here you have the deck of cards. I think already filled with this trick. But okay, so the card, I put it in. Face backwards all the other cards, right? Now, what's going to happen now is when I reveal all the cards, all of them are in the same direction. All of them. Yeah, the 5 of Clubs, right? Is also in it. How did I do that? It's very simple. I'm not a cardician, so I can't do it very quickly, but what happened was is I took the full deck of cards, like you see over here. Okay? I've shown you the deck of cards in the beginning. Also, from beginning to end. I shuffled them. But while shuffling them quickly, I took 2 cards and I twisted them around. You didn't see that. So then I ask you to pick a card. And randomly, let's say you took a card. So now, according to you, this is the right direction of the card. So I'm going to put it in the opposite direction. So you should expect only that this card is in the opposite direction. Then I shuffle it again. Now all of them are in that direction. So it was just a trick. I didn't do it very quickly because normally cardicians do it very quickly. But okay, that was my weak card performance. Forgive me for that. But okay. What this has to do with the teaching of today. The deck of cards over there. What I just shown you is a small illusion. You didn't notice the quick turning around of those 2 cards. And that's why your mind is still thinking all cards are in the same direction. So when you picked up 1 card and I turned around, you expect, okay, it's all going to be 1 card in a different direction. Then you saw all the cards in the same direction. You think, whoa, what happened? It's because Your mind was distracted from noticing that I quickly shifted 2 cards in an opposite direction. All right. Now um, that's how illusionists work. An illusion is someone that creates an illusion, and because of the quick moves or because of distraction in the mind, you notice the quick move he has done, and because of this, you're overwhelmed when you see the result. That's illusionists. Now, illusionists are also called magicians in popular culture. They shouldn't be called magicians because they're not. But in popular culture, they call them magicians. Okay, but officially they're illusionists. A wizard is someone completely sold out to Satan with endowed with paranormal strength. That's a wizard. That's a magician. Okay? A magician is someone who uses spiritual tricks to get things done. And it happens so fast you didn't even notice that the change happened. That's a magician. You have the witch, who is actually inverting her femininity to get things done, which is dangerous. You have the warlock, who uses masculinity in a toxic way to get outcomes energetically. You have the warlock, also called the black magician, but it's a warlock. Then you have the sorcerer, who does a similar thing, but with drugs, so with plants and all of that. You have the wizard, already explained. And you have the magician. The magician, from all the occult practices, is, you can say, the least guilty one. Okay? Again, there's a difference between a magician and illusionist. Illusionists are called magicians in our day and age, but I'm keeping the original distinction. An illusionist just uses tricks with natural trickery just to give a performance. A magician actually uses bent spiritual principles just to get an outcome. So do you understand the difference between an illusionist and a magician? Let me know. So, someone that does card tricks is just an illusionist, or the specific term is cardist. Because if you have people doing illusions with boxes, with rings, and all of that, or with flags, those do tricks with cards called cardists. That's all they are. Okay? A magician really is involved with paranormal stuff, but they're not involved to the same extent as a warlock or a witch or a wizard. Magicians tend to think that what they're doing is just for fun for their own lives. But here's the thing, they think it's for fun. Satan doesn't think it's for fun, because Satan's fun is to see them doomed, and as a bonus, drag others in their doom. Okay, so that's what you need to understand. Satan creates a play yard for people to play in, but only reason Satan created that play yard is to damn you. That's the only reason why. So let me give a short example. I can't do any because I'm not into magic, but let me explain a short example of a magic trick. Okay? You arrive at a railway station and you end up in a conversation with someone. And after conversation, you feel like you just exposed your whole life to someone in just a few minutes. You told this individual things you wouldn't even tell your spouse. And because when you met that individual, you felt as if you have always known him. He felt so familiar that you just entrusted everything to him, even though you just met the guy. Now, there are people out there who know how to enchant the environment with their words and with their decrees, because pagans agree also. And by enchanting the environment, they generate this warm climate around them. And this warm climate tricks people in feeling welcome. So they can look at someone, meditate on someone, and release some of that warm climate on the individual, an individual completely feels overwhelmed and at ease. And then they approach the individual. And then when they approach you, you feel so happy they talk to you, they're talking to you. You feel like you've known this individual for decades while you just met him. That's a magic trick right over there. How many of you had something like that happen to you before? Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, I can check the live stream in here, the live chat in here also. Maria has experienced something like this. What about the rest? Mm-hmm. Once for the University of Complex, okay. The moment people are feeling that they've been through something like that. Okay. Well, look, a believer can also walk around in full power. And if you're walking in power too, you will recognize the power they're walking in. Then you also feel a familiarity, even though you never met the individual before. This is because you're both operating in the same in the same spiritual power. But magicians tend to copycat this. And a lot of magicians use this to enrich themselves. Now, this magic trick is, I just explained to you, it's just an energetic, warm climate they generate, and they release this climate onto someone. And because you're a human being, you're designed to be loved, you feel overwhelmed when you feel this loving sensation. So this loving sensation is similar to a baby being beloved by the mother and father. So that's why you felt like you knew them for decades. Now, magicians also have bigger tricks. For example, subliminal messages. How many of you already heard of subliminal messages before? Let me know in the live chat. I want to see how educated you are in this field already. How many of you already heard of subliminal messages? And if you did, tell me in one sentence what you think subliminal messages are. I'll give you 1 minute to answer. I'm going to check in the live chat. Mm-hmm. I'll wait for your answers. Okay, got 2 answers now. 3. One individual said things hidden in plain sight. Danielle said hidden messages that your subconscious picks up and interprets that you are not aware of. Tion D said a message passed to the mind, indirect, covertly. Mark, yeah, basically put the message in disguise where you won't notice it. Diane says yes, pull the unknown out. Ella said the message bypasses your conscious and sent to the subconscious mind. Okay, so you're a bit already educated in this. One individual said being indirect, know, know how the person is getting to the point across. Subliminal messages are to get people to subconsciously act on something without conscious thought. Well, I'm glad that you have some education on it. A subliminal message, let me first say this to you. A subliminal message doesn't have to be wrong. A subliminal message is just a message that you hide in plain sight. For example, um, if you have this commercial in which someone just had some drinks and they're about to put the key in the ignition of the car. And suddenly, someone calls them and says, "Hey, I'll drive you home." Now, they don't say it immediately, but you get the message of the commercial: don't drive while drunk. So a subliminal message is just a message you put there, but it's not directly spoken to you. Or maybe you see a commercial and it talks about criminals. Or maybe it's a documentary, but you only see people of color or minorities labeled when they talk about. So there's a set of subliminal message to say that minorities are more likely to be criminal. Now, that may be far from the truth, but that's what they condition you with. So a subliminal message is a message you hide within another message. It doesn't have to be evil, nor it doesn't have to be wrong. You can use it for good also. But magicians often use subliminal messages to make you act a certain way that you would normally wouldn't have acted. For example, there was this magician on TV. He had some designers drive all the way from, I don't know if it was the airport, whatever, all the way to his office. And then he told them that he wants them to design a logo. He divided them, I believe, in 3 groups. So all the groups went to brainstorm in order to draw a logo. When they all came, they were shocked. All their logos were similar, and it was far similar to the logo he had drawn himself. And everyone's thinking, how is this possible? And then the guy reveals, when you were picked up by the taxi, there was a painting placed somewhere, and your mind picked up this painting. Then you drove by past the building, and the building had a name on it that I just used during the assignment. So on your way to the office, you encounter a lot of images that influence you. So when I asked you to draw a logo, I already knew which images influenced you, and I already could guess what the outcome would be. So some people use this trick, and others think they're psychic. Others think, whoa, this guy has a gift. He can read people's minds. No, he cannot. It's just a trick he's using. It appears as if he or she can read your mind, but they can't. Because those thoughts you have, they implanted in you. So if they implant a thought in you, of course they're going to know what you're thinking, because they're the one that put it in you. So that's a subliminal message. And in daily life, subliminal messages are used on us all the time. Often we're not even aware that subliminal messages are being used. Now, when subliminal messages are positive, there's nothing wrong with it. But once the subliminal message is toxic or negative, or it tries to get you away from God's will, now you have an issue. So subliminal messages are the common tricks magicians use. And then there's another trick they use, and that is to excite you about the topic. But then they destroy the same topic you're excited in. They do this regularly with people just to get them addicted to a cycle of relief. They build your excitement up and then they break it down. And do this over and over again. Before you know it, they do it all the time. You don't even notice that you're being played. So it comes down to this. Magicians tend to use tricks to get outcomes in life. And it works. But look at this. It's actually believers that have the real deal. Magicians only have a cheap counterfeit. We can decree and declare, we can actually have an impact. Magicians can only have trickery that's short-lived. Now the trickery does work, but it's still short-lived. So that's why the title of this video is Black Magic Tricks. Don't be impressed, something like that. So, a lot of people may ask now, what's the defense against about black magic tricks? There's no defense against it. You just have to see through it. Once you see through it, it's over. You can't go back anymore. The same way, once you know a card trick, you'll never be amazed by it to the same extent anymore, because you know what's behind it. Too many people are amazed by demons and the paranormal because they don't know how they really are. They don't know what it is really they're talking about. So, A black magic trick is any trick in which someone tricks you into doing something according to their favor that you normally wouldn't have done. There's a difference between a black magic trick and persuasion. When you pursue someone to do something, you are actually considering their own well being also and what they want. But when you trick people into a direction just because you want to fulfill an agenda, well, that's a different thing. So it's important to see through stuff. It's by seeing through stuff that you remain free. So the the black magic tricks we're often subjected to are black magic spells through the media, mainstream media, as well as by cultural consent. For black magic tricks to work properly, there must be a code of silence. Nobody talks about certain issues. Because once you address the code of silence, now people can realize, something is off here, something isn't right. And the demons will want that. So that is why. That is why in all cultures there is a code of silence that you don't talk about what happened in the group. Now, I don't intend to make this live stream long because I want to talk about multiple topics. I may make another live stream later this evening. The way you prevent being impressed by black magic tricks is realize that it's all based on trickery. For example, Napoleon was defeated, and his Prince of Orange, George, yes, let's just call him George, he became the crown prince of the Netherlands. And Netherlands also included Belgium back then. But this guy, during the Napoleonic Wars, he was a commander and even got wounded. So they call him the hero of Waterloo. And that is the drawing of that's the drawing on the thumbnail of this live stream. It's the Prince of Orange on a horse leading the soldiers against Napoleon. Now, what's the black magic trick in this? I think you already know. Let me know in live chat. What is the black magic in this piece of propaganda history? Let me know in live chat. What is the black magic trick? I'll give you a minute to answer. All right. Let me check the answers. Uh-huh. All right. So, remember, the Netherlands became a kingdom in 1815. Before that, now let me say, the Netherlands became a kingdom in 1806, forgive me, 1806, but then it was still kind of a client kingdom under the French Empire. It became an actual Dutch kingdom in 1815, when the Prince of Orange, his son, returned and sat as King William I. In 1806, you had Napoleon's younger brother, Luigi, becoming king of the Netherlands. Okay, so it became a kingdom in 1806. That's when it became a kingdom. But an actual Dutch kingdom, it was in 1815. And before 1806, you had the Batavian Revolutionary Republic, also sponsored by France. And from 1795 till all the way to 1580, you had the Dutch Republic, or the United Seven Provinces, as they called it. They were decentralized. It was a mess, but that's what you had. So, having this Prince of Orange who couldn't even speak Dutch, really, this George couldn't even speak Dutch. He spoke German and English. Dutch was something he spoke very badly. He was framed as the hero of Waterloo, as if he saved the day against Napoleon, which was not true at all. So, by framing him that way, you suggest an outcome on the masses that he is their hero. And by doing that, people are automatically shifted from questioning what this guy is doing. Just like you do a magic trick with cards, it's only surprise people. You can also do it on an emotional level with the public. When there's a sudden change in the community, point out a hero figure and you got the people already. They won't question, look any further. The same they try to do with this situation that afflicted us since 2020. You know what I'm talking about? But that hero figure, his household is collapsing, so it's not really working. You know what I'm talking about. So, black magic tricks can vary, but all have one thing in common. They all distract your focus. And by distracting your focus, they can show you something that wasn't there before, and now you're amazed. So the moment you're not impressed with black magic tricks, you are a step removed from being a revolutionary in the sense that no violence will impress you anymore, at all. And that's where the Heavenly Father wants us to be. Okay? Now, I'm not going to make this live stream too long. I may make another live stream later today, just for you, so within a few hours afterwards. It's just like Tiandi is saying, by making the public emotionally charged, you can redirect them very swiftly. Was it for this live stream? I'll talk more about this in later live streams. I'll probably make one within a few hours. Keep on agreeing with Christ and be at peace.